Hi Internet, today is the 26th of February. I'm at the Suzuki dealer in Johor Bahru, Malaysia to pick up my new bike, the Suzuki Vstrom 650XT. The bike is the XT model, and I bought it for an on-the-road price of 43,000 ringgit, which is about $9,000 during a local Suzuki nationwide promotion. In this video, I will talk about why I chose this bike, and my first impressions and feedback after 3 days of riding the bike. But first let me talk a little about the rider, so that you can understand the background of my viewpoints, as what a middle-aged biker and a new biker wants from a bike are totally different. I'm a 46 years old born-again biker, coming back to bikes 2 years ago after a hiatus of 12 miserable years. I came back with a vengeance, saw that the most popular bikes in the market was now the DV bikes. I proceeded to buy quite a few to try out what was suitable for me. In the past 2 years, I bought a BMW R1200 GSLC, a Yamaha Super Tenere, a Suzuki Vstrom 1000, a Triumph Tiger 800, a BMW R9T, a KTM Super Duke 1290, and a Kawasaki Versys 650. I only rode light and easy-handling sports bikes in my younger days, and was surprised that such big and heavy elephants are now the most popular bikes. It was only when I bought the Versys 650 that I knew what was the problem. At only 1.74 meters tall and without any prior dirt bike experience, the elephants in my garage were too big and heavy for me. That was when I realized that the middleweight bikes were the bikes I need, and that was one of the reasons why I bought the Vstrom 650. So I have these new criteria when buying a new bike. They must be relatively light, below 220 kilograms. Seat height should be less than 850 millimeters. Be able to cruise at a speed of 140 kilometers per hour comfortably. They must be relatively economical to maintain as well, with spare parts and modifications parts readily available. Lastly, they must be easy to ride and be able to handle some dirt or gravel roads without too much problem. So in mid-February, I saw a Suzuki ad online and proceeded to the showroom immediately. I sat on the Vstrom 650 and knew right there and then that she is the correct long-termer bike for me. The Vstrom 650 ticks all the boxes for me, and it was an engine I knew well, for I rode the first-gen SV 650 20 years ago. But what sealed the deal was the light weight of the bike. So now that I have gotten the correct long-termer bike for me, I have ridden the bike for the past few days to slightly further places for lunch, and here are my feedback of the bike. I am still running in the bike at the moment and avoiding going above 5,000 RPM, but I can feel the bike is powerful enough for my needs and usage. Not a lot of power, but adequate. The front brakes are a weak point in my honest opinion, but it's a problem easily solved with a change of brake pads. The handling of the bike is indeed light and dainty, with a very light steering feel. A steering damper might comes in useful at speed above 150 kilometers per hour. The power delivery is relatively smooth and doesn't have as much of the on-off throttle feel as the other Japanese bikes, such as the Super Tenere and the Vstrom 1000. Just not as buttery smooth as the BMW GS, but this is already nitpicking. The suspension seems reasonably well damped, but I have not yet ridden hard or fast enough, and I will judge at a later date after going for a trip or two when the bike is fully loaded. The exhaust note is also slightly on the meek end. We'll order an exhaust muffler to solve this problem immediately. I do remember the SV650 sounding brilliant with an aftermarket exhaust can. So that's the honest feedback of the bike. Not wonderful in any aspect, but without any major flaws as well. I suppose she is a sort of a jack of all trade. Good enough for the more than 100,000 owners worldwide, and certainly good enough for me. Have already ordered lots of essential accessories and parts for the bike, and will proceed to fix up all of them in the next few days at the dealer where I bought the bike. In the next video, we will feature the fitting of all the essential accessories and parts for road trips to prepare for my first road trip for the Vstrom to Batu Pahat. Alright guys, thanks for viewing the video. If you have any suggestions on what mods are essential for the Vstrom, please let me know in the comments. Your advices are highly appreciated. Please like, subscribe and share if you like the video. Thanks for all your support, and see you at the next video.